It is the weekend. Hello, everybody, and we've got an interesting topic. I say that it's certainly been a very kind of like rocky week, and like I'm making this video on Wednesday, and yeah, it is a very odd week. But I'm still continuing on with like topics that I want to be making, and this one is all about Deadpool spring cleaning. And by the way, I should categorically say it doesn't confirm or deny anything when it comes to me making this video about this particular event. We just don't know if it's going to come back. And based on things like Day of the Deadpool, the gold offers, the trade-in store where you got to trade in Awakening gems, nothing is certain with Marvel Contest of Champions. But, you know, I thought I'd do a video because I've seen a few people ask about this, and also a little forum thread that was kind of like popped up over the last week or so, just asking the question, do they see it returning? First of all, it is highly likely this event will return. How do you know that, Rich? Well, it's quite simple. That's the term for money. And as the higher ups at Netmarble and Kabam are being pressured to make more money off of the game that is essentially the cash cow for Netmarble, it does seem very likely that we will indeed see the event back. Now, if it does come back, we will cover it in its 2023 meta form, but it was actually a really cool event, and I thought I'd do a kind of retrospective look back on some of last year's parts of the event and stuff that happened. Unfortunately, Muggins here decided to delete his spreadsheet on last year's event. Yes, I'm using my big brain on that. But in any case, what we do know about the event is that it dropped on April 22nd. That's right, the 22nd of April 2022, that was a Friday, is when the event dropped. By the way, shout out to Dan at Frontline MCOC. You should make sure to go follow his website. Link is in the description down below. And also we talk about stuff on a weekly basis on our podcast, Battle Realm and Beyond podcast. But yeah, the 22nd of April is when this dropped. Now, if we base that on the logic, and of course we have got ourselves a little bit of click in the bottom right hand corner calendar, and we switch to a month of April, we have got this particular day as the 21st, not the 22nd as last year, because 22nd this year is a Saturday, but it is a Friday this week, not this week, the potential day of drop. So it could be a case that it will drop there. Especially when you look at how April will drop, in my opinion, how I think that things are going to play out is as follows. So we have got 2 weeks until the current event ends, as per, you know, what in game it says at the point of recording this video is 13 days, which basically means that 5th of April is when things are going to change up. So that puts that there. In my opinion, then after that, all on the same day, we will see Act 8.2. So it's either the 5th, with the new update going on the 4th. Get those revised before the farming ends, and you can get them. And then, you know, the new content drops on the 5th. I think on the 12th, we will see the release of Act 8.2, or it's the 10th, like any of those days. Could be a good chance it will all drop in one particular, you know, point in time. And then in that following kind of third week to last spicy week, the 21st, that is when I think that we will see the Deadpool spring cleaning, if I was to hazard a guess, and if indeed the event returns. Now, with potentially 1 month out before this event, you know, potentially returns. I have to use the word potentially because there's no guarantee it will, and there's no guarantee it won't return. You know, this is Kabam at the end of the day. One day we think we're absolutely fine, and you know, there's no problems in the game. The next day there's bugs, and the next day all your revive farming is gone into the abyss. Not of Legends this time, just a big abyss, a black hole, if you will, in the cosmos within Marvel Contest of Champions. But in any case, the interesting thing about last year, which I thought was really good by Kabam, was to give a larger volume of doubloons. I put a link in the description to Grant Bryan's video, or Brian Grant. He uses 2 first names for his names. Not saying that's suspicious. It might be. It probably isn't. It might be. But what is this all about? Okay, so the interesting thing is you had 30k right at the very beginning when it came to just opening up your inbox, just clicking a button, and it's there. Simple as that. And then from that there was obviously other things where you could spend to access certain other elements. And we'll talk about solo event that they may or may not have this time. I can't remember if they had last time as well. But you could get versions of Deadpool. And then going further, there were milestones you could grab to grab more of the doubloons. And what does more doubloons mean? Well, more doubloons means more things you can buy. like this here, as you can see on screen. This is from Brian's video. As I said, check it out in the link in the description. And it's interesting to note back in time what was indeed available for you to purchase. One of the good things about purchasing, if you had enough, which did you have enough as a free-to-play player? The answer was no. There was some good stuff on offer. There was some nice stuff to get. And look, it was free stuff to get. 6-star Awakening Gems, Tier 5 Basics. Those were the meta of last year. Now, my big hope, if this event does return, is to up the opportunity of take-home for players. This is the reason why. So back last year, you could get yourself, as it says here, a login gift and up to 120,000 more from special Deliciously Maple Arena. This arena does not have a multiplier, blah, 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 blah. And also 150,000 doubloons was kind of what we were going off. I think that was the volume you had. And what else was that able to be spent? Something just like completely... I just had a car horn going off in our courtyard. It really kind of... You know when you're like, I'm focused on kind of delivering something and it just then makes a noise. Also, it's absolutely pissing it down outside as well. That's the most British thing you could have in one conversation. Someone's honking... Well, I don't know that. I was in New York and I saw Americans running scared from rain and there was lots of people honking horns in cars. So maybe it's a worldwide thing. In any case, moving on. These were the rewards you could get at the time. Do bear in mind, you know, Paragon is a new title, and Thronebreaker was kind of the best title you could get at the time last year. Weirdly enough, how a year goes, that's the thing. So Thronebreaker, up to 80% of Tier 5 class catalysts of your choice and 8 Tier 2 Alpha catalysts for 150,000 doubloons. Not great. 15,000 6-star shards and 4 Tier 1 Alpha catalysts for 150,000 doubloons. Again, depends on what you're interested in, ultimately. But I think this is where the chase kind of items here, and this is the problem. I think that's a typo, by the way, where it says Tier 5 Basic. I think it's meant to be Tier 6 Basic. But these were the chase kind of areas right here, whether or not you had 8,750 Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragments and 7 Cavalier Nexus Crystals for 147,000 doubloons. And also 10,150 Tier 6 Basic Catalyst Fragments and 7 Cavalier Nexus 2021 Crystals for what is probably the same, about 147,000 doubloons. So, yes, that was where we're up to with the take home. Now we'll come back to the free-to-play elements in a minute, but as Brian pointed out in this video back last year, this Ticket to Ride again got you to the Pool Party solo event. Sadly, there's not much information around on the internet, but there was this kind of Reddit post that I thought was helpful, especially because it said like rank 1 to 1,000 was a 5-star Deadpool, and anything lower than that was just getting some plat pool crystals and gold for your trouble. So I don't know, you make a decision whether or not you're interested in it. We have covered it in the past on the channel, the Unbreakable solo event, or the Not Another Anime solo event. Sorry, I should be more specific on that one. That is what that was. We covered on the channel. We do have cutoffs information for that, but to be honest, it makes 0 sense against an event that's a bit different to the one they did last year. But yeah, if it does come back, I'll try and see if I can get some information and data and predictions. But I just don't know if it's going to be worth it. Just kind of like well, I don't think there's going to be enough information to go off of. But I guess going back to the whole situation about like, you know, non-spending, free to play and spending on this particular stuff. Look, spending in the game at the moment is down to you, whether or not you want to do it. From a free to play standpoint, which I am mainly focusing a lot of my channel for the last, year and 4 months. It's just to be a case of like, that's what we're really kind of like focused on, or what really to do with 150k doubloons. Now, if the event does come back and you want to spend more doubloons on things, buy it with money, hey, it's down to you. But at the end of the day, you have to make decisions based on like your own roster and stuff. So if it does come back, then of course there'll be decisions that you can make, like 6-star signature stones. You can also make decisions on other items, and we'll probably do spend scenarios and other things like that. But yeah, I just want to end the video by saying this event was a ton of fun. It was good to see something free that was given out to players. Whether it returns again or not is going to be really debatable. It's hard to really know what Kabam do nowadays, especially with them so unpredictably doing stuff with the revive farming element, and as well as so many other things in game as well. So you have to be very careful about like what Kabam are doing, and also like not getting the day of the Deadpool, those gold offers not returning, the awakening trade and the trading store not returning. So you have to be very careful. Are Kabam gonna, you know, not bring this back? But as I said to start off this video, one of the main reasons this event did very well for Kabam was money. And let's face it, they must be so down bad with this revive kind of like farming meta that hey, you know, they need a little bit of money here and there. So I don't know, like this is something to kind of like throw off to the comment section. Do you think this event is going to return? Put a yay, put an A, put your thoughts on this as well. And yeah, like I said, I'd love to see it return, and especially after a bad month from, you know, what's gone on. I would say that this plus that what was it, April Fool's Day little kind of event where you had the big heads is one of my favorite modes because it makes me laugh. And hey, you know, we need fun back into this game, especially because Kabam likes to suck the fun out of it. But in any case, thank you very much for watching this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and check out some other stuff which will be located on screen right now. Much love and goodbye. Tatty bye.